It's time for Losses Above Replacement, the best baseball podcast to grace your ears, with your hosts, Alex.
Plus, I have so many questions. Also, where's my car?
Splash.
Strive to love something as much as my grandmother loves buying new crock pots.
And Mac.
If you've ever been to Boston, you know that they have amazing ice cream.
Coming to you from coast to coast, it's L.A.R.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to Losses Above Replacement, the best baseball podcast to grace your ears. I am today's host, Alex Clark, back from my little mini vacation. Here, joined by our very own home run derby pitcher. It is one Ryan Splash Potts. No Mac today. Here, he's off doing his thing here. But it's just a Splash and Alex show for you today. Splash, as we like to start every show, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Your intro gave me a thought. If you threw batting practice at the home run derby, you threw like pitches to Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
How many home runs is Cal hitting?
Not enough because I don't throw hard enough.
Okay.
Like even my the normal just whatever pitch, it comes in at like maybe 50, 60.
Uh-huh.
And normally they like to have it about like 70 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah, that unlocked a. I don't know if you're familiar with the podcast that the Kirkshins do, but they have the Kirkshin Quandary at most episodes. I haven't listened in a while, but it would be like, how much of a handicap would you need to score 100 at the Masters, or the classic debates on the internet, right? The Joey Chestnut versus Usain Bolt. You know, have to finish a hot dog in a 100-meter race. Who wins? Stuff like that.
So, okay, thinking about it a little bit, I think that if I had a little bit of prep time, because that's always the question with a lot of these is how much prep time do you get?
Right, with the gorilla and the 100 humans.
Yeah, exactly. How much prep time do you get? And because I feel like I could work with Cal if I was given to him saying, here's how I throw. Where do you want? I will try my best to put it there for you. But you got to work with me on this too. And then he's like, yeah, I like it either high and in, or I like it, right down. It's like right down the middle. Then I go, okay, we get some practice rounds in. I feel like he could get a pretty good round off of me.
I think so too. I do have my concerns that he would get tired because, like you said, you don't necessarily have the velocity. And if he's swinging like out of his shoes every pitch, that's going to, wear him out.
See, I don't think you would need to swing out of his shoes because all you really, again, you just need to get it over the wall. So
yeah, but I mean part of it is still a math equation that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if the ball is only coming in, like it's really hard to hit it. I would imagine if they had like a T home run derby, I think you'd have. Okay,
you would not have as long of home runs.
Yeah, if you were accounting for the accuracy of a pitch versus on the tee. If that was like neutralized, I think you'd have more home runs from a live arm because you're like the transfer of,
the transfer of energy is
the transfer of energy would like produce a couple extra home runs for the Mookie Betts of the world. I know you missed that conversation last week. Oh my goodness. I would like to apologize to Marcus Lynn Betts and his entire lineage. Great baseball player, not an all-star this year. Great baseball player. Don't want you in the Derby with all due respect.
Yeah,
he's not in the Derby, actually.
Yeah, fair enough. Going back on what I was trying to say at that last with the transfer of energy and all that, that's like kind of the double-bladed axe of like flamethrower pitchers, right? Like it's really hard to hit 100 miles an hour.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen it in playoff games.
So have I. Yeah. But regardless of all of that, let us know what you think as well here. I guess impromptu question here. Do you think that you could be a pitcher in the home run derby? And if you do, how many homers do you think that your participant would get? Let us know here on the Twitters. Here,
I would intentionally walk Cal Raleigh.
Intentionally walking the home run derby
would
be the funniest thing of all time.
It did happen when Barry Bonds was in the derby.
That's what I was about to say.
So
makes sense,
goat, or my goat at least.
But to be fair, that's also with before the timer.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, with all that being said, speaking of pitchers here, if our listeners should remember that a few weeks ago we made a prediction draft draft, essentially drafting different pitchers here that we think could make the All-Star game. A total of 30 pitchers were drafted between Mac, Splash, and myself here. Well, with the rosters now basically finalized here, there may still be, some that get like late additions, right?
David Peterson was added today.
Yeah, exactly. David Peterson added today, for example. There may still be some changes, but I figured we could go over them right now. There is one other thing that needs to be addressed. The starters for the game have not been addressed yet, and that's worth 2 points in our draft here. So we will have to come back to this as well, but I can at least go through the list for everyone. I'm not going to show it on screen because I have all of the details, and I want it to still be a surprise for Splash. But we can at least get started on it here. So,
okay, what would be more of a surprise to you? As the Mariners have a combined 2-letter word hyphen 6-letter word going, them finishing that and blanking the Yankees, or this upcoming result?
It's incredibly shocking if the Mariners could do that. I would love to see.
The result of this, and our listeners will know the result of the Mariners-Yankees game. So that was the question. Okay.
Understandable, yes. All right, so let's get started here with this. Again, each of us drafted 10 pitchers. We made sure to have at least one reliever on all sides here. When the results came out, we've gone from here. I will say it is incredibly close here. But I'm going to say the very first thing I want to bring up is I need to give a hands down to you, Splash, here from this. For your list here, you went 7 for 7 in your first 7 picks. All of them were all-stars.
Let me cook.
Yep, so good on you from that. Here, for me on it, I had a few gaps in mind, but I still had a reasonable total as well. Mac has the award for he's the only one whose last pick made the All-Star team. He picked David Peterson last.
Ooh, okay.
So he got it in there just by the hair of his nose right
now.
But hey, made it work, and that's how it works. Although I will say he also has the dubious honor of having the earliest pick to not make an All-Star team by taking Kodai Senga in the 4th round.
Okay, that's unfortunate because Senga got hurt.
Yeah,
he had took Schwellenbach, right? And Schwellenbach.
No, I took Schwellenbach.
Okay, and he got hurt.
So that's what I mean. To be fair, I believe when we did this, Senga was already hurt.
Yes, I think
so. He took a risk there on that.
Yes.
I said Schwellenbach should still make it, but I also drafted Chris Sale. So
and Sale injury replaced.
Yeah, exactly. So from that being said, here. I'm going to go right into the main totals of this. Splash, you should tell from this here, you have 7.
Okay.
You had 7 correct. Your all-star pitchers you picked were Paul Skeens, Robbie Ray, Chris Bubich, Andres Munoz, Edwin Diaz, Josh Hader. You had like the relievers on lockdown. I'm still mad you took Moody from me, but that's okay. We go from there.
Yep, I took both your reliever and Mac's reliever.
Yeah, so you definitely were the villain of the draft. I get it. No, I'm kidding. I took Sale and Schwellenbach. I can't say anything.
I was not going to take them out of Jinx privileges.
Understandable. Then Josh Hader and Robert Suarez were the ones that you had that made it. The ones that you had that did not make it were Framber Valdez.
That is an atrocious pick.
Look, even with me being an M's fan, man. I kind of agree. He pitched really well.
Oh.
Anyway, from there, Framber Valdez, Carlos Estevez, and Carlos Rodon.
Okay, Rodon. I think the Yankees have fallen on hard times of recent weeks. Estevez, whatever. That was just a safe play, and I really deserved the Framber one. I will say that.
I don't think you're going to be too mad though. But
okay.
I mean, I agree though here. Anyway, let's go to the one who isn't here yet, Mac. Mac, as I said, had probably the most interesting draft. Because again, he's the only one of us that their last pick made it in. Mm-hmm. So the picks that he had that were all stars, round 1 got Max Fried. That was free. Mm-hmm. Hunter Brown and Garrett Crochet. Mm-hmm. He then had his first fumble with Kodai Senga, then bounced back with Zach Wheeler, and then fumbled again with Jake Bird.
Jake Bird allowed like 6 runs in the next week after we recorded.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well there. He then picked it back up with Jacob deGrom, who has had the bounce back season so far.
The deGrom-assance.
Exactly. He then went over 2 with Reed Garrett and Johan Duran.
Tough.
And then finished it with David Peterson for a total of 6.
Okay.
So just missed out on you by 1. Now we get to my draft. Oh boy. So I went 4 for 4. My first 4 picks, Tariq Skubal, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Mackenzie Gore, and Chris Sale.
Sounds good to me.
Honestly, pretty fun. This is where I made my first kind of like pick here with Nate Eovaldi, who did not make it.
Who, unfortunately, probably will not make it even as a replacement because he is pitching on Sunday.
Exactly. So not even a chance there on it. I then rebounded by getting Logan Webb. So good there.
Yep.
I then took Schwellenbach, and then Schwellenbach happened. So unfortunately for both of us on that one. I then took my like happy pick of Brian Wu, and Wu made it. I was actually there for the announcement of it. That was amazing.
Yeah. Somehow a garbage college pitcher and garbage minor league pitcher turned into an MLB All-Star.
Look, baseball's weird, man.
I watched 2 videos on Brian Wu. Surprise. Okay. Shout out to Foolish Baseball and shout out to I'm blank on his name, unfortunately. He makes unbelievable content on YouTube. Check him out.
Definitely. I 100% agree. That content is so much fun. I then did not get another pick right as I then went with Jesus Luzardo. And then I went for a homer pick of Gabe Spire, who, to be fair, I still think he could have deserved it with how well he's been pitching. But we'll go from there. So that makes my total at 6 as well. So Mac and I tied. Splash, so far you have the lead in the pitcher's draft.
So you're saying I'm him?
I mean, that's how you identify. I'm pretty sure that's one of your pronouns are he, him.
Yes.
But regardless, yes, congratulations to you on that. However, this is not done yet. Although, to be fair, I think it is. Because, remember, it's 2 points for the starters. But you also got Paul Skeens. You're probably getting at least one of the starters, which then would make it basically unreachable to get there. So I will say just kind of, there is still a chance it doesn't work out this way, but Splash, you did win the All-Star Pitchers Draft.
Oh, and by the way, the video I was looking for, the Brian Wu video, was made by Michael McKelvey. So he makes great stuff on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So,
shout outs here to Michael McKelvey and Foolish Baseball. Make amazing content. But with that being said here, so Splash, you have won 7-6 here, and it's again still waiting. There may be some more replacements that come in at the last second, and
Skeens does not pitch on Sunday, so he might start.
I finally got to actually watch Paul Skeens pitch live. That was a time.
Aggressive, yeah.
Well, no, here's the thing. It was cool to watch him pitch. Like, again, whenever you get to see a pitcher of that caliber throw, it's cool. I will still find it endlessly funny that he went 6 innings, only threw 78 pitches here, and then they pulled him. Sorry, 5 innings.
Yeah, and then they immediately blew the lead in the 6th. Or blew the 0-0 game.
Blew the 0-0 game with a home run to Randy Arozarena, and it was like within the first 2 batters, I think. I'm just like, well, that's about as Pirates as you can get.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, Paul Skeens is currently the only pitcher in MLB history that this qualifies with. A pitcher with 4 or more wins, like actual wins, like win-loss record. He has 4 wins. Qualified for the ERA title, which, I mean, he's thrown 116 innings. The Pirates haven't even played 100 games yet. And more Baseball Reference WAR than wins. He's at 4.8 WAR, 4 real wins. That has never happened before. Now, it will be difficult to maintain because that's just how baseball works. There's a reason it's never happened before. And if he's pitching that many times and pitching that well, he's eventually going to get a couple extra wins. He had 4 in the first half. He'll probably have at least 4 in the second half.
I mean,
So-
we'll see because the Pirates are probably going to be selling at the deadline.
That is true, but
So they're
they get to play the Braves again, so that's a win. Am I bitter? Yes.
Yes, I could tell. But no, it's fine. Like, I feel so bad for the guy because I know that, it's hard to say, oh, how can you feel bad for a guy that's making all this money? I'm like, because you can see the effort he is putting in every single day and is just not getting rewarded on it. Like, I mean, I understand that wins are basically an irrelevant stat nowadays here. And again, I agree on that. But winning a baseball game does feel good. And if you are part of a winning culture and part of a winning team, that makes you feel a lot more motivated than just a paycheck. And I understand, like that sounds a bit maybe, egregious to say because they're still making these obscene paychecks, but still, like, I feel bad because you can see the effort, you can see the ability here, and he just can't do it all himself.
Yeah, and I listen. I probably the one of the group that's more analytically inclined, if that's the word.
Yeah,
there's value in wins. I think particularly over large sample sizes. There's a reason the greatest pitchers of all time have really high winning percentages and a lot of wins. So, like Pedro Martinez is the king of win percentage, right? That would be a feather in his cap. And then, of course, you have the 300 game winners that are often cited as the greatest pitchers of all time, the Walter Johnsons of the world, the Greg Maddoxes of the world, Randy Johnson, Nolan Ryan for people of a certain ilk, etc. So I don't think wins in a particular season can be particularly useful, especially in this era. And I think it can be like win-loss record is a pretty shoddy way of looking at someone in a one-season sample. Think Felix when he won the Cy Young, or DeGrom when he won the Cy Young the first time, etc. But yeah, I think Skeens, if he's pitching at this level, will win a lot of baseball games. It just happens he pitches for a poorly run organization right now.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point right now, it comes the idea of, we talked a few weeks ago about hypothetical trade packages for Skeens. It's not happening. Be very clear. It is not happening anytime soon. But that does bring up a question of, is there a timer basically on Skeens as a Pirate here? And because when it gets closer and closer to when his rookie contract is up, unless the Pirates severely overpay him, I don't see him staying. Either severely overpay him or make major changes that make them a full contender. Here, I don't see him staying in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this is the tough thing, that the allocation of resources, I've talked about this with other teams before. The allocation of resources in the Pirates organization, top to bottom, is very pitcher heavy. So if there's a universe, let's say like our Lord and Savior Rob Manfred comes from down high and says, Pirates, Bob Nutting, you must trade Paul Skeens. That package for Skeens will be primarily position players.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The talent pool of position players at the big league level is O'Neal Cruz and not much else. Your number one prospect, Bubba Chandler, is a right-handed pitcher. Your number 3 prospect, lefty. Number 4 prospect, Thomas Harrington, are righty. They're AAA. They could be at the big leagues later this season. Besides Hunter Barco, he has a ETA of 2026. He's their number 3 guy. Their top position players, Connor Griffin, expected in 2027. Tamar Johnson, 2026. Nick York, he might play by the end of the season. Wyatt Sanford, 2028. So the next great Pirates team, you have the pitchers for it. Also, shout out to Bubba Chandler. He's a switch hitting pitcher. You have the pitching for it. I genuinely think they have the pitching to be really, really good. Like agnostic of the offense is very Seattle, but Steel City. Seattle, yeah. But the position player core is just brutal. And you just like take a little peeksy doodle at the roster right now, and your best player in the everyday lineup is, by WAR at least, is IKF. That's not getting it done. Like Joey Bart is your catcher. He was nice last year, hasn't done anything this year. You're not building around Spencer Horwitz, Adam Frazier, IKF. keep Ryan Hayes. I think that ship of him being a good hitter has run its course. Tommy Pham is 37. Andrew McCutchen is 38. O'Neal Cruz, he's exciting. He's been a league average bat this season. He has 28 steals. But he plays atrocious defense in center. And like, how much are you going to put up with that if he's – it would be one thing if he was like a 125 OPS plus guy or a 140 in stealing the bases. But if he's that bad defensively in center and he's just an average bat, are you putting up with that? Yeah. And then this young core, Henry Davis, hasn't really panned out. Nick Gonzalez has had an okay season in 32 games. He's only 26. Andy Rodriguez hasn't panned out. Jack Sawinski hasn't panned out. Ji-Hwan Bae hasn't panned out. There's just a lot of
they've had like flash in the pan moments. A lot of these guys have. Sawinski had a week where he was absolutely on fire here. You had O'Neal Cruz that still has the record for hardest hit baseball, like 3 years in a row now?
Yeah, it feels like it.
It feels like it, yeah. And like that's the problem right now. The team itself has the talent. Like the ability to play solid baseball games is there in the offense. The problem is they're just not putting it together. A team does best when its hitters all hit at the same time. Like I mean, I feel like that's obvious. But the thing is, like, if you have one guy hitting well, no one else is, you're not scoring any runs. Then that guy stops being good. Another one starts being good, still not scoring any runs. They're right now being the reverse Angels here, right? Where it does, I've always said for the Angels, it doesn't matter if you score 10,000 runs if you give up 10,001. This is the opposite, where it doesn't matter if you give up a run if your offense doesn't score any. Like, it feels bad. Right? Because, again, their pitching staff has the potential right now, even if they keep Skeens, right? Even if they keep Skeens, to be one of the best in baseball if their prospects pan out the way that they're looking like it. But, again, are you really counting on guys like Nick Gonzalez and O'Neal Cruz to be your centerpieces offensive-wise? Here, are you counting on, Ji-Hwan Bae to do his stuff? Are you thinking that McCutchen is going to somehow stay around for 6 more years here? No. By the way, I need to give a quick shout out to Andrew McCutchen here. When I went to the game the other day here, he saw a young fan with a McCutchen jersey. I was actually sitting right next to him, pretty close to me. And he called him down to the field here and signed his jersey right in front of him. I took photos with him and his family. I'm like, that's a good man right there. Like, honestly, he got a standing ovation from like my entire section. I'm like, thank you for being a good man, Kutch. Thank you.
So here's a life hack, r/life hacks, because we don't have any more baseball to talk about. If you or a loved one, I don't know our demographics well, because Spotify doesn't tell us if 12-year-olds listen to the podcast for good reason. If you know a 12-year-old, that was such a weird transition. Tell them the best way to get a baseball game is to wear the road team's jersey.
Yep, absolutely.
Or road team hat. So, yeah. So
or if you really want a baseball, go into left field in Seattle, because Randy Arozarena throws basically every ball that goes out of play here that stays at least with the park goes to Arozarena, who then throws it out into the outfield.
Fair. Instead. So like, I don't happen to be 12. Yeah. I'm 24, but if my goal is Rob Manfred, yada yada, splash, you must acquire a baseball at a baseball game. Okay. I'll wear my Braves gear for Braves Nats at Nationals Park. Or I'll wear my Rays jersey to Rays Nats at Nationals Park. That's my local ballpark for now. Or Rays Orioles, right? Wear the Rays jersey. Or Tigers hat. Tigers Orioles. Wear the Tigers hat, et cetera, et cetera. That would be, that's your life hack if you're put in this situation. If you're put in a saw trap and you have to get out of it by getting a baseball at a baseball game. That'd be a really bad jigsaw. Yeah, Saw 9.
Now,
a trip to the ballpark.
Be like Saw? I'm trying to think. What's a baseball nickname that involves Saw? Or no, Shredder. Do Shredder because it's the actual Shredder. Yeah, makes sense.
Or Buzzsaw, like a
Buzzsaw. Yeah,
the team's running through you like a buzzsaw. I don't know.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, something like that.
Can you tell we're out of topics?
No, I still have more topics to get to. I just enjoy the conversation that we're on.
Okay,
here as well.
Enough.
But like that's the thing when it comes to the Pirates, right? Is that right now, if you take a look at the team right now, there is one sorry, there's going to be two outliers. There's two outliers. The first is Paul Skeens. He is anomalously great.
The anomaly.
He is the anomaly. Exactly.
Respect Jason Tatum first.
Maybe. But, sorry, I'm not a big basketball guy.
Okay.
I understand. I know who he is. I don't think I've ever watched him.
Oh, wait a minute. Audience, come in here. Are you guys familiar with the NBA nickname trend that started with Jason Tatum? Alex, are you familiar?
No, I'm not.
So NBA fans started calling Jason Tatum the anomaly. And then they started turning other star players into Kate Cunningham is the paradox. Evan Mobley is the predicament. Bam Adebayo is the onomatopoeia, which is actually a phenomenal nickname. The other ones awesome. I think are kind of buns. We have bad nickname culture. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We have bad nickname culture, so we need the return of better nicknames. Just throwing that out there. So shout out to the anomaly, Jason Tatum. Hope your Achilles heals quickly.
Yes, definitely. But there's one more anomaly with this team, or one more outlier, I should say, here. And that is the entire offense. Here, it's not one player. It's that you take a look at the two, think back to math class when you were younger. You had to try and find range of things, but you had to get rid of the outliers. Those are the outliers here. You have to basically get rid of them in order to figure out what you're actually looking at here. And unfortunately, that means that as perfectly great right now as Paul Skeens is being here, it can't save the offense here. He just can't do it all himself here. So if you're able to get some of the your prospects to work at the major league level, great. I would not be surprised at all to see some trades happening during the trade deadline here that can maybe give them more offensive prospects. But I'm also looking at their offense and what players are people going to want to trade for. Yeah, Splash is bringing it up right here. A 1.94 ERA this year and a career 1.95. This man, mind you, by the way, I was there when he got drafted. I was there in 2023 when he got drafted. And at that point now, he already has over 10 WAR. Skeens, Paul has been insane. And again, there's a reason why we say he is an outlier in this whole situation here.
So Skeens does need a nickname. Drop your favorite Skeens comments. Favorite
Spring
Skeens
maiden.
Nickname comments. Livy Dunn's boyfriend. That's a good one. Yeah, that's about it. His personality is vanilla. His pitching is anything but vanilla.
Imagine being arguably the best pitcher in baseball, and you're still only known as the boyfriend of someone else.
Yes, there's a pretty reasonable chance that Livy Dunn is more famous than Paul Skeens.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Tom Brady and Giselle.
That's true.
So
maybe not for an American audience, but definitely an international audience there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But if you got any cool nickname ideas for Skeens, go ahead and leave us a comment here, whether it be on YouTube, on Twitter, on Spotify. Can you leave comments on Spotify? I don't know.
I think maybe we should probably know.
We probably should.
That's my bad.
It's all good. No worries. Anyway, let's go on to our next topic here. We're going to talk about All-Star stuff because it's really fun to talk about All-Star stuff because All-Star stuff is amazing here. But were
you held at gunpoint for that? Because listen, here's my All-Star diatribe. All-Star events and all of the sports kind of stink.
I disagree so much.
And okay,
but I want to hear what you're going to say. I want to hear this. Okay, I'm not considering the fan experience at these events. So if you're going to tell me a story about the 2023 All-Star game and getting to see all these great players in person, that is beyond the scope of my argument. My argument is for a TV audience, the All-Star events, NBA All-Star Weekend, the Pro Bowl, MLB All-Star Game, the NHL All-Star Game. I think the baseball All-Star Game and the hockey All-Star Game have some level of, this is a reasonable product, and that's because there's a requisite athleticism that the players still have to have
to throw a baseball, to hit a baseball, to skate, right? And basketball, that can turn into really arcadey environment. Again, like no defense. I'm not saying you need to pick up a guy 94 feet in the All-Star game. And in football, that's glorified flag football. And now they just have a flag football game.
It is now just flag football. Yeah.
Yes.
Now.
So I think it just doesn't matter. And it's hard to make it matter in this era because, if this is a different event, but the World Baseball Classic, there were several players that got injured during the World Baseball Classic, and teams looked at the countries and were like, expletive, 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 expletive. Unfortunately, we are not a PG-13 podcast, so I have to choose my words carefully. And the same thing would apply if you get hurt in an all-star game, that you get, I don't want to say hit by a pitch, but you're throwing 110 for some reason, and you get an arm injury. Max Fried had something that came up during the All-Star game, and it's like, then he misses a couple weeks, like, this was last year, I believe. And you ask questions. So teams don't necessarily want their players going all out for an exhibition game. And I don't think All-Star games matter as much as they used to, unfortunately. So again, I have not been to one. I unfortunately am not going to the All-Star game being held in Atlanta this year. I am sure that is a vastly different experience. Mac can speak to that. You can speak to that. But as a viewer, I don't watch the All-Star game. I used to as a kid. It was fun. You got to see your favorite players. And the American League and National League didn't play all the time. Now you have interleague play from the opening series of the year. The opening game of the season was Yankees-Brewers. And the last 2 weeks of the season, the Braves play Detroit. All these interleague series are happening because that's how math works. But I think it's lost a lot of its luster in all sports. I think baseball is still probably the cream of the crop. I think hockey probably has them beat with the extra events because baseball only has the Derby and for MLB players only has the Derby, while hockey has several other events that, I could watch the trick shot contest or longest shot or fastest shot or the puck skills. So I don't know. I would rank it baseball's game 1, hockey's events, that would be 2, and then probably basketball 3. Because football, like the first year of the other events, that was kind of cool, but they've really lost their luster since. And Pro Bowl voters, in fact, don't watch football. That is a hill I will stand on. I will die on that hill that they don't actually watch football. They only vote for good players with good reputations because you're not picking the AFC linebackers. If you watched football last season, you're not picking Roquan Smith with all due respect, and you're not picking Patrick Queen with no due respect because you swapped sides. So that's my take.
Yeah, I'll say this overall. Like, I'm not going to say this on the feeling of going there, because I'll say going there is a completely different beast, and it is All-Star Week itself in person is incredible. But that's not what I'm going to talk about here. My feeling on it is I disagree with you still here of the idea that it's not good at all here. Like, my feeling with it is that I think the game is fun, and I like that they got rid of the stipulation, right? That the winner, that division side or that league side got advantage in the World Series. I like that because now you can have fun with the All-Star game, because that's what the All-Star game is honestly about. To me, it is about fun, and it's honestly mostly for the fans. Like the best thing for the players when it comes to All-Star Week is the accolade. Just like how it is in football, the accolade of being a Pro Bowler, the accolade, of making the NBA All-Star team here, because it goes on your stat sheet and it looks cool. Like, we bring it up when we talk about good players here. They're like, oh yeah, they're a 10-time All-Star, 14-time Gold Glover, stuff like that here. But the events themselves are 100% for the fans. Like, it is just getting to see all your players in one place here, just hitting monster home runs and seeing these pitches come in at 100 miles an hour. Like, even the pitchers have talked about. But if you're a starting pitcher, you're only going an inning, maybe 2 at the most here, and you're going to throw it a little harder here because you're not going 6 or 7 innings. You're just going right there and like, all right, it's gonna be my best on your best. Let's see it. Let's see what happens here. And it's a lot of fun here. I will say the best event in all of All-Star or these kind of events, right, is still the Home Run Derby. The Derby is the most fun event that I think that people could just conceive of, and it is so simple. The idea of just, let's see how many home runs these guys that hit a lot of home runs can hit. Spoiler alert, it's a lot of home runs here. And as much as I want them to go back to the outs format of it instead of the timer, because I think the timer hurts it personally, just let the guys hit big home runs. Just let it happen. It's okay. Don't let them get tired by round 2. And then by the end you have an anticlimactic finish. But regardless, anyway, I think that overall, All-Star Weekend itself, all the events here, most of them are for the fans. The ones I will say that are not for the fans are the Futures game, because that is the chance that the young players finally get to show off with other great young players on a bigger stage than in a minor league ballpark here. And the other one I would say is probably, I guess the draft isn't for the fans either. It's just kind of, I mean, it's definitely a show, but it's not near as good of a show as, the NFL draft is. So
yeah, nothing compares to that.
Nothing does. Yeah. But the All-Star game itself is all fun. That's all it is.
Okay. That's fair. I guess it just feels different from what it was growing up, or in other sports, I think are bigger, have bigger issues, particularly the NFL. You're literally a flag football game now. And the NBA, they've tried gimmicks. They've tried USA versus World. They've tried Team Giannis versus Team LeBron. They've tried, the NFL tried Irving versus Rice the one year. It's like, can we get back to AL versus NL, East versus West, AFC versus NFC? I think hockey does it right. They have 4 teams. I forget how the teams are made. We'll need producer Jack to come in and explain sometime. But baseball, I think, is the best of the bunch. I just have it's not a must see on my calendar, right? Like I'll check the results, the Derby, and I'll get the updates on the Derby. But it's a good event, but I don't need to watch it. And I agree with you on the outs thing. That I think that needs to have a build up, right? The best round of all time is and will always be Josh Hamilton's round at Yankee Stadium. And it's because the pacing, that each home run felt like a notch. It felt like he's climbing the mountain and he is putting himself so far ahead of everyone. And now, of course, the mountain gets brought down to 0 after the first round, so it didn't end up mattering. But the current format is against the clock, and that's kind of cool. But the clock is, to me, a little restrictive. Maybe if it was a ball limit or a swing limit.
That would be interesting, a ball limit, yeah.
Yeah, because then that really puts the pressure on Bryce Harper's dad trying to throw him cutters.
So I'll say this though. I disagree when it comes to the Derby. For me, the Derby is mark on the calendar, get the popcorn, get the peanuts, get a full dinner spread going on. I love watching the Home Run Derby. Just because call me simple, call me classic, call me whatever you want here. I just love watching these dudes who are good at hitting homers hit homers.
Just say you like dongs, Alex. It's okay.
And that's why we have the PG-13 rating.
Yes. Okay, wonderful.
Fair enough. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit here of predictions, right? Okay. So now we know all the players that are going to be in the Derby, as well as more than likely everyone that's going to be in the All-Star game. So we want to, pull out a crystal ball here, and we want to tell you who's going to win each side here. Who's going to win the Home Run Derby, and who's going to win the All-Star game MVP, as well as what league will win the All-Star game. So with that being said, where would you like to start, Splash?
So I think we start with the Derby itself. I'm trying to pull up the players in a
concise
easy
format.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
I was about to say, is the bracket set yet? Because isn't it based on number of home runs you've hit?
It is not a bracket anymore. It's just 1 through 8.
You're right. You're right.
All right, here we go. We have Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Braves, Byron Buxton of the Twins, Junior Caminero of the Rays, Jazz Chisholm Jr. of the Yankees, O'Neill Cruz of the Pirates, Cal Raleigh of the Mariners,
Bumper!
Brent Rooker of the A's, and James Wood of the Nationals. Shout out to Mac and I. We both correctly picked 2 players. I picked Buxton and Wood. He picked... Did he pick Rooker? I think he picked Rooker. And
he picked Rooker, yeah.
Or did he pick Cruz and Caminero?
From going on our text chain, I think I remember him saying something about Rooker.
Okay. He might have gone 3 for 3, actually. Because I didn't get Jazz. I picked Riley Green. So he might have gone 3 for 3. So all due respect to Mac. So,
I guess so.
Congratulations on winning trivia, I guess. All right. I think James Wood wins.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I've said, he's the Washington Monument reincarnated. Just incredible power to all fields. Now, usually this is a curse to a player. This is why Ronald Acuna didn't do particularly well his first time at the Derby, that he has like a sort of left center to right center approach. Like he can hit the ball out anywhere. The problem is it's really hard to consistently hit out home runs to the opposite field. It is called the opposite field, by the way, Wiley Ballard. Shout out to CJ Nitkowski. That is a deep cut Braves reference. So if Wood harnesses the power, and he has as much power as anyone in the field, like if you're just ranking pure power, he is in the top half for sure. If he just channels that a little bit more to the pull side and just starts launching into the chop house, James Wood wins the home run derby.
Yeah, I can understand that here. So, look, I love James Wood. I think he is one of the most young, exciting players in the game here. But it's me, so I'm going Cal Raleigh.
Oh,
I mean,
wow,
I know, big shocker. Wow. No, I mean, look, you take the guy that has been hitting everything into the sun here and give him pitches that are exactly where he wants them. I don't think you could give a better, I don't think you can give a better chance at that point. The guy's already hit 35 homers on the season. What more do you want from him? I've said about 5 times. I need to stop that. But for Cal, I mean, I can only wait here for him to put on an absolute show at the Derby. And I just want one time. I wanted to do the Adley Rushman spot for the bonus time go switch hitting.
Okay.
Just for fun. Because I think that'd be a lot of fun here. Sure. But I'll say what my finals are at that point, just because I think that'd be a little wishy-washy if I did say something like that.
Mm-hmm.
My finals are going to be Cal Raleigh versus O'Neill Cruz.
I'm going to go James Wood versus Junior Caminero.
All right. So we've got our picks.
All right, and
what you think for the Derby.
Question for you: hardest hit home run ball, over under 118 miles per hour.
Oh, I'm gonna go over.
Okay,
because I think O'Neill Cruz beats that.
Okay, does O'Neill Cruz hit the longest home run?
No, I think the longest home run is going to go to. I think I gotta give it to James Wood.
Okay, I think Acuna hits the longest home run. Over under 474.5 feet.
Over.
I just came up with those numbers straight out of my behind, so just
but I'm just waiting until we see the 500 one during the Derby.
That'd be nice.
It gets close.
Yeah, you just got to connect for real.
Anyway,
all right. I will pull up odds, so feel free to start.
Fair enough. Yeah. So now let's talk about MVP for the All-Star game here.
I do have odds.
It's very hard to pick MVPs.
Oh, here we go. I do have odds. Here we go.
For the home run derby.
So Cal is second in odds behind O'Neill Cruz. James Wood is fourth at plus 600. So
I mean, that's funny from the idea that I picked 1 and 2, you picked 3 and 7. I think on the odds. Honestly, putting $1 down on Caminero is definitely not a bad.
Why is Junior Caminero tied with Jazz Chisholm in a home run derby? Have you guys watched Junior Caminero play baseball? I know they play at the Yankees minor league facility or spring training facility, but Junior Caminero can wall up the baseball.
Yes, he absolutely can. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah, I still just want to go with Raleigh because why not?
I mean, fair enough.
Anyway, moving on here then to All-Star Game MVP. It's hard because you have so many players coming in and out of the game here on this that you have to pick one player who's just going to do that one heroic moment.
Yes, I have my pick.
You have your pick? All right,
Yeah.
hear it.
All right, bottom of the ninth. Andres Munoz is on the mound. He's up by 1. Someone reaches first base because of some tomfoolery. Maybe Jazz Chisholm makes it. I don't think Jazz is in the All-Star game. Derek Jeter comes out to shortstop, makes an error. All right. Matt Olson strolls up to the plate and takes that 170 million mile per hour, whatever kick change that Munoz throws and launches it not only into the chop house, but through the chop house onto someone's plate as they're eating a burger. National League wins 5-4 on a walk-off home run by All-Star Game MVP Matt Olson. That'll be the only thing that goes right for the Braves the entire season.
All right, fair enough. If you're going to pick a Brave, I'm also going to pick a Mariner, but I'm not picking Cal. All right, here's the situation.
It's the same situation.
It's the same situation. We're in the top. We're in the bottom of the ninth. Yeah, bases are loaded with nobody out here. Some other reliever, let's say Chapman, walks the bases loaded or gets the bases loaded, and they have to put in another reliever, and that is when the fireman Andres Munoz comes out with the bases loaded and a lead of only 1, striking out the side 3 times, getting that immaculate save here from him. He will be the All-Star Game MVP in the greatest closing performance ever seen, as Aaron Goldsmith will have just the ultimate O face the entire way through.
Okay, this is exposing my knowledge of All-Star Game MVPs. I'm sorry, that's a weak spot for me. No, is it conceivable for a reliever to win All-Star Game MVP?
I think, Elias Diaz has won an MVP at an All-Star Game, and he's a backup catcher.
Yeah, but at least he hit a home run.
Yeah, but if you think if a reliever threw an immaculate inning save, they wouldn't win MVP?
I don't know if it's 1-0, maybe.
If it's let's say 4-3, yeah, one run save comes in with the bases loaded, nobody out here, and just goes 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he would get MVP. I think he would do it.
Maybe. Okay.
Because I think that would be the most hype thing of all time to see.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fair enough.
And we have one more set of predictions before trivia, there, sir.
So you've predicted, by the way, that so National League wins it. I predict American League wins it.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah.
fair enough.
Matt Olson, for some reason, he'll probably come in the 5th, just so they know you get him in his home ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So probably
fair
not.
enough. All right, let's move on to our final segment, trivia, and this time it's a little bit different because there's only 2 of us.
Yes.
So Splash has done something cool. Splash, I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Tony Romo here. We have a crossword puzzle. Alex, it is time. You are on the clock for
all right
some MLB nicknames. So last names only, to be clear.
Okay.
Right.
So
can you see the board? Okay.
Yes, I can see the board. Okay. So the Iron Monument, the Washington Monument here, that's James Wood. So James?
Well, no, he is not actually the Washington Monument. I just call him the reincarnated Washington Monument.
Oh. Okay, so I'm not great when it comes to names. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we'll see. So let's go 4 down first. Commerce Comet, that's Mickey Mantle.
4 down is Mantle.
This is Mantle, yep. Iron Horse, 3 down. Here, let me see. That's Gehrig, yeah.
Yes, that is Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig. Number 5, Death to Flying Things.
Oh, this is the modern. This is the modern one.
Oh,
not 1870s.
Okay, so can I say Franklin Gutierrez?
Yes, Franklin Gutierrez.
There we go. Very nice. So not Justin, is Shane Bieber.
That is correct. Catching Bieber fever tonight.
Nice. And then the mountain here, I want to say that's Rich Hill. Is that
that is Dick Mountain.
Oh, fair enough. Understandable. Okay, then I'm going to pass on that for right now. We'll come back to it. Here, let's go to the across. Here. Oh, is there more for the down besides Ace? Because I don't know it. Oh, Mr. November. Oh, November. That's Jeter. Mr. November's Jeter, right?
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. Dutch Oven, I have no idea. Mr. Cub, 17 down here. Oh my gosh, Banks.
Yes, Ernie Banks.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Let's go to some of the across ones now. Here, Doc. Let's see. It's 6 letters. Yeah, because honestly, the only Doc I can really always remember is Doc Halladay. But
fair.
Pass on that.
There's a different Doc. World Series champion, Cy Young winner in 1985. Threw a no-hitter, I believe. Threw a no-hitter with the Yankees.
Oh my gosh, why am I forget? I know exactly who it is. Okay, we'll come back. And the no-hitter is officially gone, by the way. In the 8th inning. Made it to the 8th inning.
Tough scenes.
Brian Wu, you are incredible. Anyway, let's see.
Also
Big
Brian
Dumper
Wu. 14.
We'll just go immediately. He's just Cal Raleigh. Okay, let's see here next. Sandman is Mariano Rivera.
Yes.
Next up, El Mago. I believe that one is Javier Baez.
Yes, all-star starter Javier Baez.
All-star Javier Baez. The Polar Bear is obviously Pete Alonso.
Polar Bear Pete.
The Flying Hawaiian. Was that Pence?
No.
I know Flying Hawaiian.
Wrong Phillies outfielder.
Wrong Phillies outfielder.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I know I've heard the nickname. I'm just trying to remember where the heck it's from. Can you give me a hint on this one, Splash? Because you're obviously in pain.
2008 World Series winner with the Philadelphia Phillies. A starter, not like So Taguchi, who was on the 06 Cardinals.
I'm exposing that I know like nothing outside of Seattle. But okay, let's see here. What else then? Because honestly, I don't even get any help on this one here because that's all the way down there at the bottom. Let's see here. Number 7 across is Old Haas. Starts with R.
300 game winner. Has the record for most wins in a single season.
Is Millville Meteor, by the way, George Brett?
That is not George Brett.
Okay. Yeah, now we're getting to ones I do not know.
So, for those listening on the podcast, the across clues available, we have Doc, Old Haas, the Splendid Splinter, Mr. Smile, the Millville Meteor, and the Flying Hawaiian. And the down clues we have available, the Washington Monument, the Mountain, Ace, and Dutch Oven.
Yeah, I am struggling here. I would love to call a friend here. Splash, you're my friend.
Sure. Pick one, and I'll give you an extra clue for it.
Okay, Washington Monument.
This is a older player with the Washington Senators.
What? Oh, never mind then. I was gonna say Andre Dawson, but that's not right.
No, that would be the Hawk.
Yeah, that's
I have referenced him several times on the show. I think he would be in my all-time home run derby draft. He shares a last name with a Phillies slugger who hit 58 home runs and won 2006 National League MVP.
Howard?
Yes, Frank Howard.
Frank Howard. Okay.
Ryan Howard, of course, of the Phillies.
Yeah, there we go. We figured that one out, I guess.
Yes.
Let's see here. So then the Mount. Let's go with the Mountain then next.
He comes out to. He's an active closer. He comes out to the whistle from The Wire.
That does not help me at all. I didn't read Mac's article.
Oh, darn. He is an active closer.
He's an active closer.
Yes, he's an active closer. He is 6'8". That's why he's called the Mountain. And
Felix Bautista?
That is Felix Bautista. I had to change the clue because I had both Felix Bautista and Jose Bautista in the same one. So I had to change that.
Gotcha. All right, then for Ace, let's get a clue for that.
This is a movie. 2015 World Series champion with the Royals. unfortunately is no longer with us.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Who was it? I just lost his name. Oh my gosh. Because I know exactly what it is, that picture.
Yes. Yes.
I know.
Jim Carrey movie.
All right. Well, pass on that for a run right now because I know what it is, but I can't remember it. Dutch oven, I have no.
Okay. Rangers starting pitcher, 2010 World Series. This one I didn't know off the top of my head. I looked at Baseball Reference for, and I thought it was funny. He has some pretty explosive Twitter takes.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember pitchers from.
It's an alternate name for a country. So, like
for a country.
Yes. So, for example, the United States is the United States, but someone might call them America, or someone might call the United Kingdom Great Britain. It is not Zach Britton, by the way. That would be a good clue, though.
That would be a really good clue.
So, country nickname like that.
Country nickname. No. Okay, we'll come back on that one, I guess.
Sure.
All right, then back over to Doc.
1985 National League Cy Young with the Mets. 1986 World Series winner with the Mets. I believe threw a no-hitter with the Yankees. Arguably had the greatest pitching season of all time for the 85 Mets. Electric fastball.
Gooden.
Yes. Doc Gooden. Yes.
I don't know why it was the Mets part that brought it out.
The Mets, baby. We're going to talk about the Mets.
That's the Mets, baby. Talk about the Mets. All right. Old Haas.
300-game winner from the 19th century. Was the first photographed individual flipping the bird.
That's a great
given name was Charles.
I read.
Starts with an R. Oh, no.
Yes.
It starts with an R.
It's R space D space U space N.
Yes.
But I feel like I hate that I can't figure it out from this.
It'd be like that.
It really do, in fact, be. And there's no way I'm even going to get any more help from any of the letters because all the free letters I could get are there already.
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately don't know.
All right. We can move on to the Splendid Splinter.
Hints, please. Yeah. All the ones I don't automatically have, I need hints for.
Won multiple Triple Crowns, hit 406 for a season with the 1941 Boston Red Sox.
That's Ted Williams?
That is Ted Williams, the Splendid Splinter.
Okay.
Mr. Smile, he's an all-star starter this year, much to my chagrin, not to Mac's chagrin.
Oh, so it's a Mets. Mr. Smile, a Mets here. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's not McNeil. It's
once hit a grand slam against the Yankees in a playoff game.
Sorry, not gonna help me on that one.
Santa Maria. That's like a famous call, even though the Cleveland was still down 8-7 after he hit the grand slam.
Okay. Definitely don't look, because I'm definitely not cheating right now.
Oh goodness. He's starting shortstop for the National League.
Yeah, no, okay. I can't believe it. I just looked it up, and I feel bad because it's Lindor.
It is Francisco
Longdoor.
Yes, the Hillville Meteor. He has made his home in center field. Now he plays right field. Might be the greatest player of all time.
That's how you spell Hank Aaron.
Definitely not from New Jersey.
I know, definitely not from Melbourne.
He, at times, I have said he owns your franchise. And the T in T-Mobile Park stands for this player's name.
Oh.
In theory.
Trent. No. I say Trent because Trent Thornton still makes me sad at times.
It'd be like that.
Why am I blanking on this?
It's a fish.
Oh, Trout.
Yes, Mike Trout. Trot. Okay. The Flying Hawaiian, starting center fielder for the 2008 World Series champion Philadelphia Phillies, was also on the 2013 Red Sox World Series team. Switch hitter, batted leadoff for them. Philly, that is. A solid defensive center fielder, good base runner.
Oh, Shane Victorino.
Yeah, the flying Hawaiian, baby.
Legitimately, like I had like the S there, and I'm like, it's after that. What is there?
All right. You got 3 more. I got to go into work.
Yeah.
You gotta
All
go
right,
quickly.
honestly, just give me this one. I don't know.
All right, we have Old Hoss Radborn.
Okay, yeah, I would not have gone that.
All right, we have Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Rest in peace. And Dutch Oven, Derek Holland.
Oh wow, I've not thought about
I don't know
him
why
in a
his
long,
name
long
is.
time.
Oh, you get a star, Alex.
Oh, beautiful. I almost didn't screw it up.
I don't know why his name is Dutch Oven, but I thought it was funny.
Fair enough.
All
Anyway,
right.
Thank you so much for putting that together, Splash. I really appreciate
course.
it. Here, that was a fun time. But it is now time to end the show, as we like to end every show with a moment to ourselves. We take a moment to talk about anything that's on our mind. It does not have to be baseball related, but it absolutely can be. Splash, I have a feeling you would like to start us off.
Yes, I would.
Sounds good. All right, your time begins in 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Okay, I've been catching up on my NFL podcasts, and people are claiming out into the universe, oh yeah, Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson, and that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. It's just incorrect. Like, I know you're going to look at the hat, and you're going to look at the shirt, and you're going to say, oh, Splash, you're being a homer. I'm sorry. I'm going to put stock in the guy that has been the All-Pro the last 2 seasons. And if you want to say, well, the playoff game, first of all, Josh Allen didn't even play particularly well. His team won the turnover battle 3-0, and you still needed, again, the aforementioned 3 turnovers, a drop and 2 failed 2-point conversions to win that game, by the way. And if you want to play that card, you can't turn around and say that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in football, because Patrick Mahomes takes his lunch every single time in January. So you can't use the playoff game as an Allen over Lamar and then pretend that Allen is better than Mahomes. He's not. Allen has never been better than Mahomes a day in his life. So the correct quarterback ranking, number 1, the should-be 3-time MVP, Lamar Jackson. Number 2, Joe Burrow. Number 3, Patrick Mahomes. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. Number 5, the glorified fullback that wears number 17 and plays his games at Orchard Park, New York.
There's definitely a little bit of anger there, just a little bit.
Just a little. He cost me thousands of dollars. It's not even a Ravens thing at this point. He cost me thousands of dollars because his bozo booty bum self could not throw a touchdown in a playoff game. Again, you had a +3 turnover differential, and you needed a miracle drop to win the football game.
Fair enough. All right.
I bid you adieu, folks.
Fair enough. All right. You want to count me down?
3, 2, 1.
I'm also going to talk football for a sec, but on a sadder note, I guess. It feels weird this year. I just don't care. Like, I get that, I should care because I'm a sports guy. I'm the sports guy. Take a look at the name. But I think about this coming season for the Seahawks, and I just don't have that excitement here. I very much enjoy seeing what the team can do, but I don't know. I just worry about how different it's going to feel. And I mean, don't get me wrong, different isn't bad. Different is not bad at all. But at the same time, I just don't feel the hype anymore. Geno Smith is gone. DK Metcalf is gone. Tyler Lockett is gone. Other E here. I just don't know quite what to do here on it. So hopefully that'll change because I want to enjoy football. But at the same time, thankfully, we still have baseball for a long while. But with that being said, Splash had to dip real quick, so I'm just going to end the show like this. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. Make sure you go follow all of us here on Twitter. You can go follow me at the Sports Guy 242. You can go follow Mac here, who was on today's show. You can go follow him at Mathias_A_K. And you can go follow Splash at Mrs. Splashman19. And make sure you go follow us here at the collective of us known as Losses Above Replacement here at LAR_baseball. You can also follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube here with Losses Above Replacement. But from all of us here at LAR, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in today. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I hope to see you all real soon.